Hi, my name is Ben Freer, and today I'm going to talk about the E-2 visa for Canadians. Since the start of 2022, I've noticed a clear trend. I've talked to a lot of Canadians who are interested in moving to the US to start a business. The vast majority of the people in this group want to relocate to either Florida or Texas. Now, I can't tell you exactly why so many people are interested in this option, but a recent poll suggests that many young Canadians lack confidence in the leadership of the country, while others are growing frustrated by the high cost of living. In any event, if you are a Canadian who is interested in entrepreneurship and you have concerns about the cost of living in Canada, or about the general direction of the country, then it makes sense to think about moving to either Florida or Texas, where the cost of living is generally reasonable, and you have the added benefit of great weather. So for those of you who are interested in this move, I want to bring up a few things that you should keep in mind. First of all, you'll be able to enjoy visa-free travel as a Canadian, which makes business setup much easier. This is a huge advantage. You can come to the United States in B1 status to establish your business. Now, it's important to note that while you can plan for your business, you cannot actually run your business. For example, you can look for investment opportunities. You can open a business bank account. You can meet with professionals and partners. You can explore commercial space options. You can do all of these things. However, you cannot actively manage the business. In order to actively manage the day-to-day operations, you'll need an E-2 visa or E-2 status or some other status that enables you to do that. Now, there are a few different ways that Canadians can get E-status. You can request a change of status, or you can get the actual E-2 visa. In the past, change of status wasn't a super popular option. The reason being that anyone who successfully changes their status essentially abandons that status as soon as they leave the United States. And then they have to make another full application at the consulate or embassy abroad and receive another approval before they can re-enter the US in E-2 status. Now, obviously, this is far from ideal, but since the pandemic hit, change of status has become a much more popular option due to the lack of visa interview availability. This has led some people to call me and essentially say, I want to cross the border and apply for a change of status. Now, I completely understand where these people are coming from, but here's the thing. You can't really do that. That is, you can't enter the United States with the intention of actively managing your business. Now, if your circumstances change, then you can apply for a change of status, but you're going to need to be careful. You should talk to an immigration lawyer about possible misrepresentation issues that may come up as a result of your change of status application, especially if you end up doing this shortly after your arrival in the United States. Let's talk briefly about the procedures for applying. If you decide to change your status, primary investor will file an application package with USCIS that includes the I-129 for the primary applicant and Form I-539 for dependent family members. If you decide to go with a visa application, which I typically recommend, then you'll electronically file a DS-160 for the primary applicant and separate DS-160s for dependent family members. Then you'll pay visa fees, submit the full application package, and eventually attend an interview in Toronto. The specific instructions and a helpful list of required documents can be found on the Toronto Consulate's website. I really enjoy working on E-2 visa applications for Canadian nationals for a few different reasons. First of all, as someone who moved south to escape Midwestern winters, I feel like I can relate to clients who are leaving snowy Canada for Florida or Texas. Also, aside from the convenience of visa-free travel combined with proximity to the United States, there are other favorable conditions that Canadian citizens enjoy. For example, I've found that the officers at the consulate in Toronto are generally reasonable and fair and easy to work with. The instructions on their site are clear, and in my experience, they don't seem to have an arbitrary minimum investment. The officers do a great job in evaluating the cases in a fair and objective manner. Another advantage for Canadians who are pursuing the E-2 visa is that it is relatively easy to maintain from a logistical standpoint. The visa itself is good for 5 years, and you'll get 2 years of status in the US each time you use your E-2 visa to enter the country. So if you go to Canada to visit family or friends, and come back to the United States, you'll get a fresh period of stay each time you return, as long as your visa is still valid. So there you have it. A lot of people in Canada currently appear to be interested in the E-2 visa. There are a number of reasons why this is a good option for many people, but of course there are drawbacks to the E-2 visa. So if you're interested in pursuing this path, I encourage you to reach out to one of the many amazing US immigration lawyers that you can find across the globe. Talking to a lawyer will enable you to gain a full understanding of all the pros and cons associated with this option. I hope this information was helpful. If you did enjoy this video, please like it or pass it along to someone who could benefit from it. Thanks for your time.